I'm Brooke Sines, and welcome to SLAM. In this session, we are going to be talking about how to market the listing. All right, now you've got the listing. You might think you're done, but this is where the magic happens. This is your chance to over deliver and actually get it from a listing to a closed transaction. Now we have to put a massive marketing plan in place so the client knows that we are earning our keep and ultimately to get the home sold. Remember, we've gone over the plan to market the listing with the sellers at the listing appointment. And now we must execute the step-by-step process used to sell the home. It's critical that you have a very specific plan to follow. These are not necessarily in order, but here are some of the things that you can do. Let's review the components of a successful marketing plan. In fact, a plan that many sellers will be willing to hire you in order to get. All right, so let's go into the critical power of professional photography. I have always believed that staging your home is really, really important. Staging it online is just as important as staging it offline. Professional photography makes your home stand out in both environments. Today, we know that 95% or even 100% of buyers go online and they eliminate houses before they ever step one single foot in the door. So having amazing photos and staging your property the best way possible. And never forget that online staging through professional photography is really, really important. You can make sure your property stand out from other listings by having professional photography. Virtual tours, drone video, and 3D virtual reality tours. Your ability to make your listing stand out from others will be enhanced with virtual tours, drone video, walking or narrated tours, and possibly 3D virtual reality tours. As you are getting started with your listing marketing plan, don't try to bite off more than you can chew. At a minimum, provide a virtual tour through your listing service or another third-party vendor, and have other vendors you can call on for drone photography and or video and a 3D virtual reality video where appropriate. Using companies such as Matterport make a huge difference in setting your listings apart. If you have a great new listing with a fantastic view of the lake that's situated perfectly on a property, you might want to hire a drone video company to show off everything your listing has to offer. Don't be afraid to experiment with different types of tours and videos until you find the perfect tour or the perfect partner to get additional exposure for your listings. Social media marketing is no longer optional if you want to compete in today's listing world. From Facebook to Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Twitter, they provide great opportunities for you to get additional exposure for your listings. At a minimum, you should put a photo of or a link to your new listings on your social media sites. You'll be surprised how many people will click on the link and be taken back to your website for more information. You should also consider doing some paid advertising on these sites as well. Facebook is a great place to start. You can boost a post and target a specific geographic area, age group, or types with special interests. If you are listing a home on a golf course lot, you could target your Facebook posts to people from 35 to 55 years old within 25 miles of the property and who are interested in golf. Yes, you heard that right. You can get that specific with your target marketing advertisements on Facebook, and your cost per exposure is typically very low. We suggest you start out your budgeting only about $30 per listing for this type of additional advertising and exposure on social media. Supercharge your Google rankings. Want to know how to get your listing on your website on the first page on Google in just a couple of days? It's simple. Just post photos of your listing prior to the listing date on sites and a link back to your website with a short blog post about the listing. Use the following format for the file names for the photos. This example could be 1234 hyphen first, hyphen street, hyphen Atlanta, hyphen Georgia, hyphen 30328. This is the same format used by Zillow and Trulia and similar to what Realtor.com uses. Google will quickly recognize that you have information about a property that isn't available on other websites, and you'll rise to the top quickly. Don't believe it'll work? Give it a try and then let us know what happens. Mobile exposure is important. Make sure that any of your online marketing for your listings is mobile friendly. The majority of online searches are coming from mobile devices, and not all websites are compatible with all devices used to search. Just ask any of your online vendors if their platform is mobile friendly or is compatible with all devices. And if not, then move on to another provider. Call capture and IVR are one of the most important things we can do in marketing and listing. We use programs like ProQuest, Buyer Acquire, and VoicePad. We've learned after doing much research that a call capture sign rider with a flyer box with flyers, and it did not matter if the flyer was black and white or in color, provided the flyer had no eliminators, like the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, or the price, like the one I'm showing you here on the screen, generated 70% more leads in it than any other combination. Wow, 70% more leads. That's huge. Don't try to get too fancy and change up your call capture program from the Workman Success System example, and you'll start generating more leads and more showings for each of your listings. One of the versions of the call capture flyers have other listings on the back of the flyer as well, so you can generate leads on other properties from each of your flyer boxes. If a seller complains about you marketing other listings on their flyer, just remind them that their home is being marketed on the back of the other listing flyers as well. Now that's lots of good exposure. Any traditional advertising you or your firm does, if you advertise in a local print publication or online magazine, set up a plan for putting your new listings in these publications. Make sure you don't just spend money on these publications just because other agents in your market do. Create a plan to use ads that actually generate responses. We call it direct response marketing with clear calls to action, so we can see if that marketing is working and worth what we are paying for it. For example, when you advertise a new listing in the local newspaper, you might want to put, "How does your listing compare?" at the bottom of the ad, and try to drive traffic to your online valuation site. Always make sure you have tracking in place so you can tell exactly which ads are generating responses. You can also use your call capture number in these ads so potential buyers can learn everything they want to know about your listing in the privacy of their own home 24 hours a day. Listing syndication. Make sure you have a good plan for getting your listing to all of the sites that buyers research online. The big ones, of course, are Zillow, Realtor.com, and Trulia, but there are many other sites you should be listed on as well. Most of the large brokerage companies have listing syndication already set up for you, so it happens automatically when you enter a listing. But if your firm doesn't have syndication dialed in, just find a third-party vendor already connected to your local MLS to handle the syndication for you. ListHub is a good example. Targeting agents most likely to sell your listing. This might sound complicated, but it's simpler than you think. Let's take a neighborhood in a great elementary school district, for example. You could run a list of all sales in that school district for the last 3 years. And if your listing service allows, get the email addresses of the agents who have sold those homes. Now that you have this list, you can upload the list to Facebook as your target audience for a boosted post. Imagine the power of being able to direct your message to the agents who, based on their sales habits in the past, are most likely to sell your listing. Sounds pretty powerful, doesn't it? Any networks in your company that they might belong to that may help bring buyers to the table, or any social media groups you belong to where it's appropriate to share information on new listings are great as well. Post, post, and post. Let everyone know about your new listing and its great features. Open houses. When you do open houses as prescribed in SLAM, then get your plan in place and schedule your first open house. For more information on this, please reference the Workman Success Systems Open Houses on Steroids program. Publish any flyers or other information or marketing material you'll have available for potential buyers. This may be disclosures, information on HOA, or any other information on your listing service for interested buyers. Include anything that a potential buyer might want to see. Termite letters, well inspections, surveys, floor plans, prior inspection reports, or other items or information you plan to have available for potential buyers and agents. Having lots of information available on your listings can be a big selling point for potential buyers because the more information you provide, the better feeling of comfort the buyers will have. Showings and feedback. Set up your system for showings and feedback. If you handle these processes manually, then you should consider signing up with a service like Showing Time that can handle this service for you. In order to keep a handle on showing activity and feedback, you'll need some automation. Your goal should be to get feedback from showing agents at least 66% or 2/3 of the time. So even if you have an automated system, you'll need to make some additional follow-up phone calls as well. Enhanced listings with Zillow, Realtor.com, or Trulia. If you have the ability to make your listing stand out from the competition on any of the major portals, and this requires any additional steps, make sure you do whatever is necessary to get those processes started. Anything else you do that might help to get more exposure for listings? Do you have a listing launch program designed to create interest prior to the home going live on the listing service? Or anything else that's designed to get the listing on your website listed higher on Google or other web portals? If so, be sure to implement it. Your website and any blogs you have and how they generate additional interest in the seller's home. Reverse prospecting. Your listing service or your website might have the ability to identify agents with buyers who are searching for properties like your listing, or buyers who might be interested in your listing. Make sure you take advantage of any service available to you in your local area to accomplish this. Marketing to your own database. Top agents today market their listings to their own database. Many top producers have high volume lead generation platforms like Boomtown, To Commissions Inc., Agent Jet, and others are constantly feeding new buyers into these systems. It's fairly easy to go into these systems and identify which buyers' search criteria match your new listing. Then all you have to do is create a target to these buyers with information on the new listing. Hot prospect lists. Some agents are allowing buyers to opt in to an exclusive list of people who want to be provided with information on properties even before the properties are listed, especially in a hot market. You might want to consider having this type of exclusive list as part of your marketing strategy. Just listed and just sold cards. We suggest that all listing marketing plans should include sending out a minimum of 50 just listed and just sold cards. Many successful agents mail out in numbers much higher than 50, but at a minimum, you need to mail out enough cards so most of the neighbors will know what's happening with your listings and will recognize your name as a local expert. You can certainly handle mailing out the postcards on your own, but we recommend you use an online service like Sensations or something similar for these types of mailings. The key to an effective marketing plan is to create a system and execute it on every listing, regardless of price. There may be a few additional items you can add to luxury listings, but the standard must be set and you must follow it if you want to own your share of the market. Each listing presents an opportunity to market the home. market you as the listing agent, and market your brand. When you do it right, I guarantee you will benefit from all of the exposure.
Awesome. All right. Cool. How'd that land for you guys? I know a lot of information there. It's all about getting the home sold. So what takeaways did you get?
Huge takeaways. Man, even just using just the website for the mass postcards, just listed, just sold, that sensation.com. I think that's a huge takeaway. And of course, having that process to ultimately market that listing, not only to buyers but also market yourself. Really cool roadmap set forth pretty simply. So awesome takeaways here.
Great. So what are you going to implement?
One thing that I'm thinking about now is going on sensation.com and then getting that mass postcards figured out, for my listing, so we can, of course, leverage it at least a little bit more. And then I love what she said about the Google My Business optimization. So how you can put your listing on there and include some keywords to make it go to the top as far as searches goes.
Yeah, the Google optimization is huge. One of my mentors, dude, he spends like $4,000 a month on Google, and he just crushes it.
That's crazy.
He does about 200 transactions a year. So yeah.
So it works.
It definitely works. Google optimization and Google SEO, Google PPC, all that stuff. What else, guys?
Yeah, just to piggyback off of that, Google on My Business, I didn't know you could save the pictures a certain way to stand out amongst the competition and such. So I'm definitely gonna start doing that when adding pictures to that platform.
Nice. Okay.
I have a
Christine?
question about the adding the picture name. Do you know, have you tried that, and do you know why there's numbers at the end? Like I saw that, I don't know if that's maybe the price or the example she gave, there was like the home address, the location, and then numbers at the end, random numbers at the end.
You know what? Honestly, I need to go back and look at that specific part of the video so I can see exactly what you're referencing. And then I don't want to answer it and be like, oh, hold on, yes. So I need to look at the video real quick. Let's see. Tiffany said boosting posts, targeting specific demographics. Yes, I like that. Yeah, I mean, boosting your own listing posters is really good. Targeting specific demographics is super important. If you guys are looking for sellers, what's the number? Is it like 60 or 70% of sellers have an interest rate under 4%? It's something crazy like that. We have so much equity in the United States. I would definitely target people that have lived in their home for over 9 years, right? Like anyone over 9 who's been living in their home for 9 years, there's probably a chance they might be looking to sell, or I'd be looking at for old people who live in a big ass home, right? So someone who's been living in a 3,000 plus square foot house, for over like 10, 15 years, because those stairs get heavy. It becomes hard to walk up them. So those are a few people.
I was just gonna say, I had some clients like that, they're older and want to sell their big homes. Another thing is the older clients were investors and they now want to, liquidate, and they want to sell their properties. They don't want to be landlords anymore.
Yep, there's a bunch of them. There's so many people who don't want to be landlords anymore. And at the end of the day, like I say this all the time, you only have a limited amount of years that you can live. And some people, they want to cash out and enjoy their life. So, more power to them. If that's what they want to do, I support it. So, yep. Ivan, you want to share anything?
Oh, the only thing, what I love doing when I have a listing, I do circle prospect around that house that I have. I usually get about like 100 numbers around the area, and I do my calls and just, you know, just tell them that, you know, we have this property listing. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trying to get a listing out of them too, you know. So I'm pretty big in that. So that's something I can share with Circle Prospect, even if after it closes too, I Circle Prospect again and just kind of go over it. But that's helped me a lot too as well to get listings.
Nice, bro.
Mhm.
Okay.
I do that also, Ivan.
You do that too? That it does help, man.
Yeah. I just let them know, hey, we had X amount of offers come in your neighborhood. After we sell it, right? So that's how I try to get listings also.
Yeah, and also like just telling them number, hey, do you know that this property sold for $450,000? Were you aware of that? When I
Yeah.
know they got it for like 150,000 at the time, you know. So like they're like, damn. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And I get my list from title.
yeah, me too. And same thing, title, and yeah, title companies only. I actually just registered to a I can't remember the program that Luis, we were just talking about yesterday, me and Luis. It's called what's that thing called, Luis? That prospect place that you recommended?
myplusleads.com.
Yeah, My Plus, yeah. So, and it does have like you can do the call from there and everything, and it uploads anything if you get like FSBOs for rent by owners, expireds, or foreclosures too. So I jumped on yesterday, so I'm checking that out and doing some calls off of that system.
Nice. That's exciting stuff, man. And just to layer on what you guys are saying, there's nothing better than to call the neighborhood and be like, hey, you know, were you aware that your equity just went up? Congratulations, your equity just went up, right? I have a flip coming soon in about 2 weeks, and I'm actually considering now after listening to this class, I'm like, maybe I should have a taco guy, bro. Like a taco guy, with maybe some juices or some waters, for the open house. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
bro.
let the whole neighborhood know, hey, we're gonna have tacos and an open house. So I'm considering it, bro. I mean, I don't mind cooking, but obviously I gotta sell the house. So
Bro, just get like
invite
a
people
little cart,
over.
bro. Just
It's a good
some,
idea,
like
huh?
$300 to $500 for tacos, bro.
Yeah, bro. I got a boy who does it already. So yeah, man. And it's in my neighborhood too. So the only reason I want to be more intimate with it is because it's in my neighborhood, and I want to control my neighborhood because there's been some weird ass realtors trying to sell houses here, and they've been doing a terrible job. So yeah, man.
Everybody loves tacos, so that's a good idea.
Yeah, man.
Some
Yeah,
water.
tacos on Richo Pobre.
Damn, right
Yeah,
in the driveway, bro, right there. So
That's
we'll
good.
see what's up.
Yeah, it was a good class, guys. So it's just implementing. I know there's a lot of stuff that you can do, but I mean, at least do three of them or 4 of them, so you can just get that listing sold for sure. So
Number one thing to get the listing sold though is the position. I don't care. Like as long as you position that home correctly, it should sell. And then if it doesn't, like, you know, you're probably doing something wrong. So yeah. Anyways, I guess that's all we got for today. We'll see you guys next Monday to continue, you know, getting I think we are, what section are we in? Oh, during the listing. Okay. So next on Monday is gonna be dope because it's the open house on steroids. This is a very, very, very good class. And I believe Rick Jihad teaches it. So oh wait, hold on. Am I gonna be? Yeah, I will be here. Just kidding. Sorry. Thought I was gonna be somewhere else. I might actually be somewhere else. So either way, someone will be teaching you guys open house on steroids on Monday. So anyways, guys, have a good weekend. See you guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.